Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fleur, and today we are going to be sowing some carrots. Yes, today is July 5th, and some of you guys will probably think that it's too early, but I do want to get a head start with my carrots. And the Scarlet Nantes variety is heat resilient. Okay, so even though the weather is still hot outside, they can tolerate heat a little bit better than some of the other varieties that are out there. So we're gonna try planting them right now and see what happens. Now, this is gonna be my second time, y'all. My second time growing carrots. The first time I was a baby gardener. I think it was like my second month into gardening, and I didn't know what I was doing. And it took 8 months. And it was the Scarlet Nantes. That was the variety that I tried the first time. At first, I thought they died because there was snow. I stuck around, and lo and behold, in March, the green tops started springing back up. And I'm like, okay, so we may have carrots. I was able to harvest 3 carrots from that container, and I was grateful. That's 3 carrots that I didn't have before. But anyways, this time around, I am going to get a head start, see if I can get a fall harvest. I have a couple of grow bags that I'm going to be growing them in. It's a 15-gallon grow bag, so it is going to be much bigger than the container that I planted the seeds in the first time. Let me show you guys the grow bag right now. This is one of the grow bags that I'm going to be growing them in. So I'm going to be taking down this cucumber plant. It's not going to be producing anything else. I'm just going to take it down, and then we're going to be sowing the carrot seeds in there. Now, I do have 2 bush beans, and we're going to leave the bush beans because it fixes nitrogen in the soil, which can benefit the carrots. Plus, they have shallow roots, so they're not going to be competing heavily for nutrients with the carrots. What I'm going to do with the soil is, of course, remove the old cucumbers. I'm going to remove all the roots. I'm going to loosen the soil. And then I'm going to be adding fresh soil with a little bit of compost just to add nutrients back inside this grow bag. So the fresh soil that I have is in this container. So we're just going to dump it in here. And then I'm going to be amending this soil with some bone meal. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in today's video, and let's get right into it. Okay, so as you guys just saw, I'm amending the soil with fresh soil and a little bit of compost. What I'm also going to be adding is about 4 tablespoons of bone meal. Carrots it's a root vegetable and it needs low nitrogen. It needs moderate phosphorus and steady potassium. Bone meal is going to be adding phosphorus to the soil. That's what's going to help to promote root development. So that is all that I'm going to be adding to the soil. Now, as far as like follow-up fertilizing, I'm not going to be doing any of that. The only thing that I'm going to do is water every 2 to 3 weeks with banana peel water, as well as a little bit of kelp. The banana peel water is what's going to give it the potassium that it needs. And then the kelp contains micronutrients and it's also going to help the carrots with stress resilience. Before dropping in my seeds, I'm going to go ahead and water the soil. And you want to do that first because the seeds are very, very, very tiny. So if you add the seeds first and then water the soil, it's going to move the seeds around. So let's go ahead and fill up our watering container. All right, so now that we have our soil watered, I'm going to take a stick and I'm just going to create lines. This is where I'm going to be dropping my seeds. So we'll be creating like little furrows. I'm also going to be creating it around the bush bean because we're going to be harvesting that before the carrots grow. So that's fine. And the thing with carrot is you got to keep the seeds wet until germination. So I see some people, they put cardboard on top of the soil. And then once they germinate, that's when they remove the cardboard. I don't have any cardboard, y'all. So I just have to ensure that it stays moist. All right, let me grab my carrots. When you scatter the seeds, just scatter them. Just scatter them generously. Not generously, but you don't have to worry about spacing them out. But later on, once they get about 2 inches tall, you can thin them. You can even thin them. I've seen a recommendation to wait until they get taller before you thin them because when you have a baby carrot, you can still eat that. You want to thin them about 2 inches apart. So this is how the carrot seeds look. And I'm going to take a pinch and then just sprinkle it. Again, I'm not really concerned about spacing because we will be thinning them. I'm pretty much all set with the carrots. Like I said, just scatter them on top of the soil because once they grow, that's when you can thin them. So don't worry about thinning them right now. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. If you want to follow my journey, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to check out my previous video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.